Alright, it's Angel here with Caught It Outdoors, and I'm going to be tying for you a Chartreuse Bluegill Bunny leech. And this is a design that has been showing some very good promise. Here it is, already tied, and so a very simple fly to tie. Nothing complex with it, and so we're going to go ahead and change it out and get our hook in there. And on our hook, I'm using a white tungsten bead in a 2.8 millimeter, and we're going to go ahead and put our bead onto our hook, mount it on our vise. I'm tying a size 12. This is ideal for the bluegill eye fish, and I'm using a Danville 70 denier in Chartreuse. And we're going to start that thread right behind the bead and work it all the way back to the bend of the hook. Break it off, and then we're going to come back forward. No. Let's tie in our flash. I'm using size small crystal flash also in Chartreuse. And so we're going to go ahead and tie this stuff in. Work one onto the, doesn't matter, onto the far side, and then work the other one on the top near side of me. And so here we are. Now, here's the crucial part, is right about the point is where I want my string to end, because of the material we're going to tie in next. And we're going to go ahead and trim that flash. I'll leave it a bit long. I'm going to retrim that again to size. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take a material clip. I'm using Mark Pettijohn's. You can use a Danville material clip. You can use a bulldog clip. You can use anything. And so this is the material that makes this fly is a rabbit's fur. I'm using from a variety pack from Cabela's. For $7 you can buy just various size strips of various colors in rabbit fur, and they are showing great promise for bluegill bugs because of their fluidity in water. And so what I'm doing is I'm isolating a line of fur off to the side. I'm going to take my material clip and I'm going to go ahead and grab it right there, hanging onto it. And then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to go ahead and cut that just like that. So we set our clip aside, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a dubbing loop. Again, I'm going to use a dubbing rotary tool from Danville. It's coming off. They have the Danville Elite, which I haven't shelled out the $40 for. This one works just great because you can spin it right. For me, it's great. And so I'm going to go ahead and make this dubbing loop here. And I like to wrap my thread around and bring it back to that point, probably just a little farther back. Now, why do I tie it in there is because the fur is long and I don't want it to go too far back as a tail. And so another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some chapstick. You can use wax, and I'm going to wax this thread to better grip the material. And now we take our material clip, pull it tight, gripping that, let go, give it a twist with your fingers. Here's the beauty of the tool, is you spin it just like that, and then you just pull it. Look at that beautiful dubbing loop it's making there. Okay, another thing I want to do is grab my brush, brush this material out. Okay, so we got our dubbing loop there. Let me set that aside real quick. Something I didn't do. Now I want to run my thread forward. Take a 1/2 inch tool, put a 1/2 inch knot, bring my bobbin rest forward, get my thread out of the way, because I'm going to go ahead and use the rotary feature of my vise. And as you turn, you want to compel all that fur backwards. Now here's where you could actually wet what you've laid down already, not your dubbing loop. I've noticed that it just turns out, it's got a very crazy look to it when you do that. I tried it by isolating the hair out to one side, by wetting it, and then grabbing it with my material clip, but it didn't turn out very well. It's got a crazy look to it, which in the water probably makes no difference. I think we had just barely enough material here. Okay, now let's kick this out of the way and grab that, spin that. I'm going to use a poke and snip cuticle remover. Great tool. Half the stuff I use is all nail products, which makes it hard to keep my wife out of my stuff. Okay, now this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and take one strand of flash, crystal flash, and I want to position this to that side. Take the other one. Position it to this side. And now, because of the fine hair, we're going to use some Sally Hansen's hard as nails. But because of the fine rabbit hair, I do not want to apply it directly on there. You want to apply it to the thread. Throw a few beads on there. Set that aside. Let the thread carry it in there. Let's grab our whip tool, whip finish, and finish this fly off. Using the cuticle remover as a poke and snip again. We finish that off, and now we're going to go ahead and just trim this flash. We don't want too much, but we do want some. And so this flash here, I'm just going to trim to the length of this fur. And with all dubbing loops as done that way, most material does better when it is dressed. And one more cut on these two pieces of flash. And there it is, the Chartreuse bunny leech. Tie them up, tie them in different colors. I hope they help you out. Hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to comment, give some suggestions, and subscribe by all means. Thank you for watching. Caught It Outdoors. Catch you later.